pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then it's his to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life, loved and proud, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, focus reflected. Off the mirrors appear clear, running from ear to ear. Craving and raving in rain, rekindle the flame. Close as she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Happy Friday to everybody. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day today. Getting ready for the weekend. This is going to be a short show today. I'm not feeling that great. We're going to have Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks on talking about the odds and what's going to happen. We're going to talk a little bit about the NBA and what what the USA did today, losing this morning. Like I said all along, I didn't have confidence in this team. They should have gotten, when they had Germany in the preliminary games, whatever, and Germany was up 16, and then the USA went on a 29-5 run to close them out to beat them. And then, of course, Germany beat them today. So, but we're going to talk about that. I guess we might as well lead off with it because I'm pretty frustrated at what I saw and dealing with this team. In World Cup scores, the USA lost to Germany 113-111. Third quarter did them in, being outscored 11. Of course, they outscored them by 8 in the fourth quarter, but the third quarter was their demise. And I just didn't like this team. I didn't like the makeup of them. Everybody loves Austin Reeves. You can fall in love with him all you want to. He can't defend. And Germany just exploited the USA's non-existent perimeter defense over and over and over. And a good friend of mine, Rob Bogelai, texted me right after the game and said, what is up with the USA and European teams? And I was like, well, the difference is that the U.S., when we're bringing our kids up through AAU, it's all about me. Look what I'm doing. And we highlight these players and their individualness, if that's the way you want to call it. And the European players are all about team. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that we have superstars, and each of those teams might have one NBA player. And the rest of these guys, man, all they do is they play together, they've been together, they know what each other's going to do. They play good, solid basketball, not as athletic, no doubt. But at the same time, they play better team basketball. And now back in the day, it used to be we were so much more athletic than everybody. We were so more skilled than everybody. Now, the European players are way more fundamentally sound than we are. And that just goes to show you because, when you get certain players out there in the NBA games like today, you get certain players or certain lineups out there. The biggest issue is, one, what the hell are they going to do? You got guys that can't defend on the wing, and that's part of what I said about the Thunder. The Thunder's issue is we have no shooters and we have no wing guys and wing defenders. And that's our issue is you have to be able to defend the wings or the outline areas, the three-point line. You have to be able to defend. And you have to be able to score. Now, scoring is not an issue for the Thunder, but not being able to defend on the perimeter just kills us. And it killed the USA today. They just couldn't defend. It could not stop them. They were breaking these guys down now. And Schroeder, who is arguably Germany's best player, Schroeder's, a fourth, fifth guy on an NBA team, sixth guy. But when you put him with guys who play together and they understand fundamentally basketball, cutting back door, they're always slide moving, they shoot wide open threes, they knock down the shots. That's what European basketball is. American basketball is, let me out athletic you. Let me take you one-on-one and let me see if you can beat me. And that's the difference, and that's been the problem, is that European basketball has always been fundamental sound, but now they're getting more athletic. Now, can they come over here and play on a consistent basis in the NBA? No, of course not. But to play over there, yes, they're European style now. Could their European team beat like our NBA championship teams? No. And what happens is they might have one or two NBA players on their teams, and we're full of NBA players. But the difference is that it's the right NBA players. You got to get the right group of guys. You got to have the right. And I just didn't like this lineup. I didn't like I said, when you looked at it, we were small. Other than Jaren Jackson, and Walker Kessler's a nice guy, but Walker Kessler can't really play. And you had him on the team, and Austin Reeves. I like the kid. He can't defend. You got Brunson out there. He can't defend. Come on, guy. I mean, it's just, and Tyrese Halliburton can. He can defend out on the wing. But, the whole thing is that we get beat by that. And then once we get down, all of a sudden we decide to start playing defense, but it's too late because you're too far down. And unlike the last time, Germany just didn't settle for threes like they did in the other series. When they were on that 29-5 run, Germany just settled for threes, and they retired on a back-to-back night. And we barely beat them on a back-to-back night. And that's the thing. And then Serbia and Canada, SGA, this tells you the story right there. SGA, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. That tells you everything you need to know right there. Everything you know is right there. He had a rough outing, and without him being able to close out, and because you got guys, Dort trying to score, you got R.J. Barrett thinking he's a player, Kelly Olynyk thinking he can go. I mean, you got all these guys who are average players who are not all-stars trying to be all-stars. And, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And Canada gets beat by Serbia, so the Canada and the USA will play Sunday. Sorry about that. We'll play Sunday, 3:30 a.m. Pretty sure I'm going to miss that game. Germany and Serbia, I'll probably watch that because I have to open up the gym on Sunday morning. So I'll definitely watch that game for sure. But the other part, I'm not watching that. I already know I'm not gonna watch that. So anyway, USA, once again, we fail to make it to the Gold Cup game. And once again, we get beat by a team that we are more physically gifted than, but not team-oriented. And that seems to be the underlying issue of USA basketball. You have to get the right group of people. And when you talk about the USA Olympic team, probably 3 or 4 of these guys will be on the Olympic team without question. I think Ant-Man will be on the Olympic team. I think Mikal Bridges for sure will probably be on the Olympic team. And may or may not Cam Johnson, Drew Henthorne's guy. But I know probably Mikal, Tyrese, and Ant-Man will probably, those 3 for sure to me, I'm having them in. But I would have Kate Cunningham in. I would have probably J-Dub in because J-Dub, that'll be another year. What is the Olympics? 2 years from now, I believe. So whenever it comes up to me, you're going to have some guys who were on our younger team who should be on the Olympic team. And remember, the commitment is you have to play in the Worlds and you have to continue to play. You can't, when basketball season's over with, you got to continue to play. And that's part of the issue with the USA is that we don't play together enough in order to build that chemistry to understand what each other's doing. And these guys play together all year long, and then they'll bring in their 1 or 2 NBA players to come over and play, which is the whole difference between these teams and our teams. And you can see that SGA, the best player, probably the best player in the World Cup. I would say he was probably the MVP of the World Cup of all players, of all teams. I think probably SGA would have been if there was a unanimous, if there was an MVP vote, he would probably be the guy. And he still might be because I doubt if he can get it now because they did not make it to the championship game. But clearly, he was the best player on the court. So now NFL news yesterday, or NFL news. I'm sorry, guys. And an NFL game last night, the first game of the NFL season was last night. The Chiefs. God, I don't even know why I'm doing this. I got my thing there. I don't know. I need to get this done. Anyway, the first game, Thursday Night Football, was last night. The Lions defeated the Chiefs 21-20. Jared Goff, if you want to say that he outperformed Mahomes, when you look at what Mahomes did, I mean, Tony 0 for 4 with an INT. Mahomes was, I will say this about the offensive line. They did a good job, except that Smith, one time he's going to get hell for holding the left tackle. They had a big gain to Sky Moore driving down the field, brought him back. Then the other the new right tackle, Jawan Taylor, boom, all illegal motion or whatever it was. Illegal motion. So he jumped back too quickly. So then all of a sudden, instead of having first and 10 on the 40-yard line, they're 3rd and 25, and then they were 4th and 25. And Mahomes throws this pass from the other side, and Sky Moore should have caught the ball. Now, was it a tough catch? Yes, but he still should have caught the ball. Chiefs up 14-7. And what happens? Kadarius Toney, ball hits him right in the hands. Like they showed a picture of this one pass that was on X. And the ball is hitting him in the hands. And then the caption is pick six because it went right through his hands. Pick six, they go the other way. Then Tony comes back and drops another pass. Now, I'm not sure if he was in the wrong spot or somebody was in the time he was in the wrong spot, drops a pass another end. Then when the Chiefs are driving in the final drive, he drops a pass that he probably still would be running right now. But, him coming back, his first action since his knee surgery, clearly he was out of it. I don't know if I would have played him. I think the offensive line overall, except for those 2 mistakes they made at the end, kept Mahomes upright. Now, Mahomes was moving around a lot simply because, hell, nobody was open. So he was moving around buying time to get guys open, and then, hell, when he does get them open, they drop passes. Now, Blake Bell played, I thought, pretty good at tight end. And, oh, my God, I can't think of what the other guy, Noah Gray, played pretty good. I'm joined by my guy, Nathan Taylor of YNB. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, man, what's going on? You're just talking about what frustrated the crap out of me last night. My goodness.
What, the drops?
Oh, geez, I'll tell you what, man. I said yesterday it doesn't matter who he throws to. Apparently it does.
Apparently it does. I mean,
come on, man. That was pathetic football last night. I don't care if he came off surgery, man. You got to catch that crap.
Yeah, those balls.
In the hands, you got to catch them.
Well, the difference is that they could go one-on-one with the tight ends, and they would man up everybody. And those guys could not separate. Sky Moore could not separate.
So they were playing a lot of
man-to-man.
The Lions were playing a lot of zone last night. A lot of zone last night.
I'm saying on the receivers, they were playing a lot of man-to-man tight because they couldn't get open. You can get open in the zone. Because all you got to do is
sit. They said they had something like, 27 different zones last night or something?
Something crazy. Like but the difference is with Travis Kelce, if you zone up, he runs and gets to a spot. And I think Noah Gray got open once doing the thing that Travis Kelce did. Well, the guy was playing him inside. He went outside, and as soon as he turned, the ball was right there. So.
Hey, Matt, I'm sorry, man. I got to jump off. I got a customer coming in.
Okay, go ahead. But anyway.
Hey, thanks, man.
Go ahead, bro. Patrick Mahomes, 21 of 39. 2 TDs. It was just very frustrating to watch. Lions, 19 first downs to the Chiefs, 17. Total yards, 368 for the Lions, 316 for the Chiefs. Rushing yards, 118 to 90. Time of possession, 33, 38 to 27 to 22. Both teams had a turnover. Now, of course, the Chiefs' turnover was the most costliest because it was a pick six. Patrick Mahomes suffering his first loss in opening in an opening game, throwing his first pick, even though, God dang. Now, I should say he did almost throw one. But the one one he had was not a pick. I will say this also. The Chiefs' defense looked really good. I don't really know what to make of Chris Jones sitting up there in the box with his two agents, the Katz brothers on each side of him. I thought that's them getting publicity for themselves. Look, this is our guy and we're standing with him. That was strictly for them. This whole thing has been for them. I still don't understand their mentality. The Chiefs are willing to pay him not Aaron Donald money, but way more money than the second guy, Quentin Williams, got. About $3 million. So I don't understand the mentality of these guys' thought process. Chris Jones is the most important guy that they got, and I know that they're trying to parlay that into other guys. But that being said, Chris Jones is like, well, I can afford to lose the $10 million. Well, bro, you're not losing $10 million. You're losing way more than that. You're losing the $10 million you're going to lose by coming week 8. That drops down your value for next year when the Chiefs tag you and they got to pay you less money, so you're going to sit out again. Well, that's fine. You're costing yourself money and all the money you're getting right now, so that's going to be $20 million, not $10 million. And all you're trying to get is $9 million. You want $4 million more than they're willing to pay you. And what they understand is Nick Bolton is getting ready to come up they've got to sign him. L'Jarius Sneed, they've got to sign him. Gay, they have to sign him. They've got guys that are younger than you that they have to sign, but all you're trying to do is get your third paycheck. And yeah, Nick Bosa got his, but Nick Bosa's on his second contract. This is your third. You were the highest paid defensive tackle next to Aaron Donald when you signed your deal 3 years ago. I just don't understand the whole process with what these agents are thinking, because to me, you're trying to do your own thing, and I don't get it. I mean, Chris Jones, and then on top of that, my big issue is, and I don't understand how they don't see this, is that Chris Jones, you're going to be 35 years old. So you're going to be a young man. Okay? You're going to be a young man. And what happens when you want to do business in Kansas City? If you think these fans are going to forget the fact that you possibly cost them a chance to win a third Super Bowl, a second one in a row, you think that's going to, you're sitting there talking about, I want to be a Chief forever, then why are you not being a Chief? Why are you not trying to do what Mahomes did and what Kelsey did and said, hey, look, we're going to try to take less money so you can sign these other guys. Now, instead of you taking less money so they can sign Bolton and Gay, you're trying to worry about yourself. And they are giving you a raise. You're not Aaron Donald. Are you the best defensive tackle in football right now? Yes, they are paying you like you're the best defensive tackle in football, but you're not Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald has done what you're now doing over an 8-9 year career. It ain't just new. And the reason why the Rams gave him that money is because of what he had done all the way up. And the Chiefs are trying to reward you the same way, but they're saying you're not Aaron Donald. Your agents are trying to say, yes, you are. You're not Aaron Donald. He is going to be a for sure first ballot Hall of Fame. You may or may not be in the Hall of Fame. But doing what you're doing and costing your team the way you're doing, I don't understand it. I don't get it. And the Chiefs clearly missed Travis Kelce more than they missed you because the defense played well, considering. And guess what? They're young. They're only going to get better. They held them to 14 points. They lost 21-20, but remember, they held them to 14. They did everything they're supposed to do. They did the things they're supposed to do. They tried to hold them, but it just didn't work out, which is frustrating for me. But overall, a really good deal. So, now speaking of that, this is football weekend tomorrow. There's going to be tons of football, and that's what I'm going to be doing all day tomorrow is watching football. And, of course, we're going to start out with Big 12 because that's where we care about, because we are in Big 12 country. And So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I have our Big 12 schedule here starting today. You got Illinois versus KU tonight at 6:30 on ESPN2, which I'm sure I'll probably will be watching that. KU is a 3-point favorite. 58.5 is the over-under for that game. Saturday, you've got Utah, number 14, Utah versus Baylor. Baylor is 7.5. Over-under is 47. Of course, that game is tomorrow, 11 a.m. game on ESPN. So just interested to see if their quarterback is going to play. Cam Rising is going to play tomorrow. They're going to continue to hold him out because they're looking for the future, not for right now. Troy versus Case, number 16, K-State. K-State, 16.5-point favorites at home against Troy. Over under 50. Of course, that game will be on FS1 at 11 a.m. as well. Southern Utah versus BYU. BYU at home, minus 25.5. They should take care of business here with Southern Utah. But once again, it is a Utah school, and even though they're Southern Utah, which is the baby brother, kind of like Tulsa is to OU and OSU, I think they're gonna probably give BYU a closer game than that. That's just me. Drew thinks BYU is going to smash them, minus 25.5. Over under 60. That game will be at 2 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Number 25, Iowa versus Iowa State. Plus 6. Over unders 36. 2:30 p.m. on Fox. I don't really care to watch that game. I think you definitely take the under in that. Iowa State plus 4. Iowa should beat them, but once again, it's an in-state rivalry, so you never know what the hell is going to happen. But I probably would take Iowa State in the points. That's just me. I don't really gamble though, so I wouldn't take my word on any of this because I don't gamble. SMU versus number 19 OU. OU is 15-point favorites at home. Over under 68.5. And like I said, this whole week, I think OU. I'm interested to see this game. It's going to be at 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus. I really want to watch the game because I got invited to go down to the game, and I almost went to the game, but I didn't really want to. I just was like, yeah, I don't feel like it. Got offered to go to the OSU game as well, but I got to come back and open up the gym on Sunday morning. But SMU is going to give OU a test, I think, but we shall see. If OU wins 73-0, this is going to be one of two things for them. That's either going to let them know, hey, we are pretty good and we're better than we were last year, or it's going to deflate their ego, and then when they get hit in the mouth, we'll see what happens. Because last year, every time they got hit in the mouth, they did not respond back. So we shall see what they do. I think this game is going to be close, and I would probably take OU in the points. I think they'll beat SMU, but I don't know about 68 points. That's a lot. I think OU's defense is better than that. Hopefully they're better than that. They'd have to give up 30 points for that to be that would have to be a 38-31 game or something like that to do that. I don't know. Hopefully OU will not give up that many points, or unless they score 40-something. We shall see. Duquesne and West Virginia could not find a odds on this game at all. 5 p.m. on ESPN Plus. Cincinnati versus Pitt, minus 7.5. Pitt is at home. Over under 47, 5:30 on the CW. Cincinnati and Pitt. I'm just so excited about Cincinnati joining the Big 12. I'm interested to see what's going to happen when they have to play a road game like that. And, of course, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, both in Ohio, we should see how that's going to work. I'm sure it's going to be crazy there at Pitt. Houston versus Rice. Like I said earlier, Houston and Dana Holgerson, I like what he's building there, but they did not have a good showing against UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio. I thought Rice played great against Texas, but on top of that, Texas wasn't trying to show them anything from the simple fact that Texas had to place Bama. So they had no desire to show them anything. And I think Drew or Nathan, whatever, called it an intramural offense is what they showed Alabama what they're going to use, and so that probably has a lot to do with it. So I'm looking for Houston to beat Rice by more than 10 and recover back from that almost loss that they had at UTSA, which, of course, the first game is always the hardest game to win. Oregon versus Texas Tech, plus 6.5, over under 68. I think this is one of Drew's trap games. When we do the Husker Drew picks, I believe this is he put 4 trap games on his deal, and I think this was one of the trap games that Drew had. Texas versus Alabama, man, -7, over under 55. Just interested to see what that game is going to be. Which games is Quentin Ewers really as good as everybody says he is? Me on the other hand, I'm not so sure, but we shall see. Texas versus UCF versus Boise State. UCF has one of the best quarterbacks, top 10 quarterbacks in the country. I think he's 11th or 12th, me personally. So we shall see. Boise State plus 3.5. Nichols versus TCU. There was no line on that whatsoever. We shall see what's going to happen with that game. Oklahoma State versus Arizona State. They're in Tempe. So OSU -3. Arizona State's plus 3.5 dogs. Over under is 55.5. That game will be on FS1 at 9:30 tonight or tomorrow night. So I'll definitely be at home watching that game, and go Pokes. That's all I can say about that, because I do have my hat on right now, trying to give that some little love. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic, for them for them keeping us up and running. And like I said, I've got to take my computer in to them. My guy Drew Hinthorn's going to be coming on pretty quickly, so he's not feeling that great. I'm not feeling that great either. And no, we were not hanging out last night. Anyway, SRB, if you have any needs for any software, engineering, surveying, or planning, they are the people to talk to about that. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have any needs for dirt or rock to be moved. In fact, Jose is busy as he can be right now doing dirt and rocks for on I-240 and I-35. So congratulations to my boy. Got to run into him last night. He got me a shot called a Mexican, what was it called? A Mexican candy or something like that. Oh, my stomach is still struggling from that mess. Greg and Max Nafee, got to see my boy Max last night. Congratulations on him getting his first home. Excited about his next chapter and what he's doing. And, of course, want to thank YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank makes things happen.
Yes, they are. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to support minority women and black-owned businesses during our live streams there. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com, or you can go into their locations at Main Bank 401M, downtown Yukon, YNB East, which is off the Parkway, and 66 or 39th Expressway, however you want to look at it. YNB Mustang 218 North Mustang Road, YNB Parkway, I-40, and Garth Brooks is just south of I-40. There on Garth Brooks. And, of course, YNB Peoples, 6201 Northwest 23rd. They're in the lovely city of Bethany. DT Construction and Consulting. If you have any needs for roofing or construction of any kind, as far as siding, as far as bricks, as far as painting inside or out, kitchen repair or remodel, whatever, they can do it all. Contact our guy Drew at 405-209-4051. That's 405-209-4051. DT Construction 2015 at Outlook. If you want to email him, that's dtconstruction2015 at outlook.com. They're respectful, local, and loyal, which means Drew answers the damn phone.
I may not today, though, folks.
Well,
so.
not today. I know you're not feeling good. But anyway, boy, you got a man. When you sent me that this morning, I was like, God dang, you got a lot of stuff going on today, Drew.
Yeah.
Or this weekend.
I do, and it's. I wish I felt better and could enjoy it a little more, but there's a lot of good football on this weekend. It looks like it might be first weekend. It really got some good games and high profile games and trap games. And
yep,
should be a fun Saturday.
And you got your lock of the week in here, so that's kind of good. Okay, you got Florida Atlantic is to start everything off -3 and minus 135.
Yeah, I'm going with Florida Atlantic. Former Husker quarterback Casey Thompson looked good last week, and I think they got too many athletes down there. Three's a short number at home. I like that. I like the offense they're running. I just don't think that they're not going to keep it to 3 points.
Okay, and then Appalachian State over. You're taking the over in that 58.
Yeah, I think they're going to let it fly. I think North Carolina probably scores 50. Appalachian State gets them 20, maybe 17, something like that. It's a rivalry game. App State will be up to play that game, and Carolina should want to put it on and being beat by them last year.
Yeah, I would think so, huh?
You would think so. That's a revenge spot.
Yep. Then you got Cal. You're taking Cal +7.
Yeah, I'm not a big believer in Auburn right now. I think they're in a transition phase, returning 18 to 22 starters, and I think that's a trap game. I would put them on a trap game if I would have it in my Super 8. So I think Cal covers the spread. It might be one where you take the money line, take them outright to win. That's a tricky place to play. It's going to be cool. Probably might have some rainy weather out there late night in San Francisco. So we'll see.
Yep. Arizona State +3. Taking them over. And that's what I said, too. I said I thought I would take Arizona in the points.
I just don't see it. I mean, OSU just looked so bad last week. I hope they go out and win. I mean, I'd take one L on the weekend for them to go out and win. But I tell you, I just don't see it. I didn't see them anything to tell me that they're going to go out and beat a Power 5 school this week.
Yeah, not knowing who your quarterback is, playing multiple guys.
They're going to play 3.
Yeah, I don't get that, man. I really don't. If you're a former quarterback, you can't tell me you don't know who the hell your quarterback is by now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't understand that. Mississippi State -9.
Yeah, that was one I kind of found last night when I was doing a little bit of research. Mississippi State, SEC school. They got their returning quarterback. They got their returning running back. They got a couple of guys that can fly on the outside. I looked at sorry, Matt, I'm looking at something here. I looked at Arizona. Arizona just doesn't seem to have much of anything.
They really don't do that.
And that's a game down in Stark Vegas, home opener. And I think Arizona's in for a world of hurt in that game.
Yeah, Mississippi State, Iowa and Iowa State under 36.5. So I said that for sure. I said, take the under. They're not. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hockey match there. Those two guys. I'll be surprised if they score 20, much less 36.5.
Yeah, because what was it? They scored 13 last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, 10-3, and the year before it was 7-3.
But Iowa is the 25th ranked team in the country right now, Drew, though.
They always are. They always can't score. I mean, their defense is always good, even though they got the kid from Iowa. I mean, they got the kid from Michigan now.
Yep, they put players in the league on the defensive side and tight ends for sure.
And tight ends, yep.
Kansas State -17. I like this line for some reason.
I do too. I think Kansas State, they're a dark horse to win the Big 12. I mean, not even a dark horse, really. A lot of people got Kansas State as a favorite to win the Big 12. So I look for them to put the straps on them on defense and just run their methodical run game, short pass game.
Yep.
31-10, something like that.
And then, of course, you're taking your Cornhuskers and the points on the road.
And it's back down to 2 now.
Oh, is it?
Some places got it at 1.5. I'm telling you what's happening is these sharks here on the West Coast are seeing that 8.5 point line a week ago, and now it's 3. You got 11 points to work with, and
They're
I think
laying,
Vegas.
yeah, they're laying everything on Nebraska, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think Vegas is just begging people to take Colorado, and they're. I mean, there's a big shiny city out there because everybody wins.
Yep.
So
There's a
they're
reason.
saying that more money's been wagered on Colorado than any other team.
Hey, Drew, and plus
So,
they're trying to build a new basketball arena.
yeah,
So
exactly.
they're trying to get that NBA team there in Vegas. Your top 4 trap games: Utah, Baylor. We talked about this.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And for those listening, to me, a trap game is when you see a team the week before to bury somebody, and you see somebody that looks just terrible, and then the line just doesn't look right. I mean, if you think that maybe Utah should be favored by 21 points, Baylor's playing with a third-string quarterback, but Vegas got it at 6 points. Well, they've got it at 6 points for a reason. I mean, there's something out there that they don't like, and which usually means to stay away from it or wait until the last second right before kickoff and take the underdog.
Yep.
It's a lot of times what happens. And I'm not saying it's going to hit. I'm just saying that you watch, it'll be closer than people think, and Utah may cover it. I'm not saying that I like Baylor. I probably won't bet it, but I'm just saying that's a game where you got to look at it twice and go, wonder why it's only 7.
Yep. Agreed. 100%. I'm with you 100% on that. Then, of course, Notre Dame at NC State. NC State is +7.
Yeah, and I loved Notre Dame at the first of the week, and the talking heads and the pundits have talked me out of it. So many people loading up on NC State on the back end of that line at 7.5.
Yeah, because wasn't it 8 or 8.5 at the beginning of the week?
Yeah, and the quarterback for Notre Dame has played against NC State 6 times or 5 times. So I'm wondering maybe if they know his tendencies, if they're thinking maybe the familiarity with the NC State, coaching staff with him. I just think he's got so many more weapons than NC State has, but I don't know. I'll probably lean and go the other direction and take Notre Dame, but that's a trap game for me because I think Notre Dame should be 14, 15-point favorite.
Yep. Auburn at Cal. Of course, we just talked about you taking Cal.
Yeah.
You're taking it.
Again, 18 out of 22 starters coming back. Sleepy little town, out late night on the West Coast. Probably going to get a little precipitation at night. Auburn really doesn't do a whole lot for me right now.
Yep.
So I would, like I said, I might sprinkle a little number on the money line.
Oregon at Tech. We talked about that earlier when I was talking about the Big 12.
Another one. I mean, Oregon hangs 81 last week. Tech gets blown out, and now Tech's coming home. And
which is a tough place to play.
They were at home last week and got beat by Texas State, which that's another line I was going to talk about.
Texas State beat Baylor.
Yeah, Texas State beat Baylor. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Texas State beat Baylor. Sorry, Texas State beat Baylor.
Right.
With 60 with 60 new players. God.
Yeah. I don't know. I just everybody in the world out there is talking about Baylor, and talking about Oregon for some reason it's only a 6-point spread. I don't understand it.
Well,
I'll stay away from it, but that's another trap game.
Yeah, Bo Nix being who he says he is, that's why I was there looking at that wait, really? Okay, well, he should be better than in his 12th year starting.
I will say this, to play devil's advocate and take Texas Tech side, is I've seen the OU teams roll in there, and Texas Tech's been under 500. OU's been undefeated, and Texas Tech gives them everything they want.
Everything they want. Every time OU plays Tech, whether it's in Norman or they're in at Tech, either time it's just a dog fight.
I can recall a game when Adrian Peterson was down there, and OU was number 1 in the country. They got beat.
Yep.
And Texas Tech wasn't very good that year.
No, but there's something about them that I don't know what it is, but you go down to Lubbock. And in fact, I was recruited by them, and I went down to Lubbock.
Out in the middle of the desert.
That's one of the reasons why I didn't go there, Drew. I went there, I'm like, there's absolutely nothing to do. And somebody was saying, well, there's like Stillwater's the same way. I go, no. You're an hour and a half from Oklahoma City and Tulsa. It's totally different.
Texas and Lubbock's a dry campus.
Yeah.
buy alcohol in Lubbock on campus.
Well, I mean, the you can get it right outside.
You can get it right outside of town, man. It's not like walking over to Eskimo Joe's or Georgia State.
I know, but Drew, they have a lot of places to drink.
They got a little strip right outside of town. Reminds me of an old western.
They got a lot of places to drink. I will say that.
First time I ever went there, we went outside of town. I thought I was in an old western movie.
Yep.
I mean, it literally is like a row of bars.
Yeah, it is.
Right out in the middle of nowhere.
Kind of like that's what they do. They've got to juice it up and make it better. I mean, come on, you know how that works. Now your DT Construction lock of the week, Washington State, huh?
Yeah, Washington State beat Wisconsin last year at Wisconsin. Wisconsin did not look good last week. I don't care what anybody says. They struggled last weekend, and they're still working out the kinks of a new offense. They've got to go to Pullman. It's a night game on FS1. That's a home opener out there. I just think that's too many points. Wisconsin may win, but I don't think it's going to be by a touchdown. I think it's going to be close. It could be a last-second field goal type of game. I look at Washington State. They got 8 returning starters on offense. They got 6 on defense. They got most of their playmakers back, and Wisconsin's running a whole new system.
Yep.
So what happens when they get up there and something goes against them, goes wrong? Are they going to try to revert back to old Wisconsin, or are they just going to keep trying to put a square into a round hole? So I've seen Nebraska do it 100 times.
Square in a round hole. Yep. I agree. It's frustrating as hell.
What you do is run the ball.
Yep. It's frustrating as hell, Drew. And now an NFL schedule, or in my games to watch. That's the wrong thing. I didn't have I put up.
That's what I didn't send you today. I was a little out of it this morning. So
yeah,
I didn't send you the NFL.
Well, I've got it here. I've got the Lions and Chiefs. Of course, we talked about that over under 53. You took the under yesterday.
I did.
And the Lions, of course, Lions won outright, but they took the Lions.
Such a bad loss for the Chiefs. I mean,
catch the ball. God, was that just horrible?
8 drops. And hey, that last one, that 4th down play, he catches that. That's a touchdown.
Yeah, you talking about Sky Moore?
He was behind everybody.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think he got nervous. I think he saw the guy fall down in front of him, and he knew it was a touchdown. He hit him right in the hands.
Right in the Unbelievable.
I mean, what an ending to that game would have been if they scored with a minute left
on 4th and 25.
It would have still gone under, and the Chiefs would have covered.
Yep, 4th and 25. Unbelievable. Hey,
and he put in some Mahomes stuff.
Hey, Drew, and he put it on the money from the others. He threw it cross
on
the field.
The money, 60 yards.
Unbelievable.
And hit him right in the hands, right in the skillet.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, the Bengals and the Browns +2 over under 47. What do you like?
So I'll tell you this. Are you going to go through every game, or you want me to give you the 4 that I really like?
Okay, go ahead and give me your 4. Give me a 4.
So one of the ones I really like, I love the Cowboys, obviously, against the Giants.
Are you having a party or no?
I don't think so, man.
Well, if you're sick too. Yeah, if you're sick, we don't want to be there anyway. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Giants.
All right.
Cowboys and Giants.
Dak's won 10 in a row versus the Giants. So I look for them to continue that streak. 3 is not enough. Then Dallas should beat them handily. So I'm not real sure what the Giants are going to do. The Giants are kind of a conundrum this year to me.
What do you think about the over/under?
I like the over. I think Dallas scores enough points to push it over.
Yeah. Okay. And what's your other ones?
I like the Eagles -4 against the Patriots. I think they'll be too much for them. That bad taste in their mouth coming off the Super Bowl, and I don't know how good the Patriots aren't going to be that good this year.
Yeah, and Bill Belichick has a problem with running quarterbacks, but I want to really see what he has in store for Jalen Hurts. But go ahead, Drew.
I like the Ravens over the Texans, even though that might be the highest number on the board. But I think the Ravens run crazy on the Texans. The Texans, it might be a long year down in Houston for those boys.
It is. I agree.
So I think that, and then my final game is give me the Pittsburgh Steelers at home against Brock Purdy in an upset over the 49ers.
Yeah, we were at the barbershop yesterday. They weren't liking that. I said, dude, I think Pittsburgh is going to – I think they're going to be – I did my
that's a tough spot for San Fran to go, and Purdy coming off an injury. first game of the year, have to go to Pittsburgh, early start.
And their right tackle is struggling. Yep.
And Pittsburgh has looked good in the preseason. I know it's preseason, and you've heard me bark here on this podcast that preseason doesn't mean anything. But I'm telling you, they're ready to go.
Yep.
They're going to be a tough matchup in these first 3 or 4 games, so everybody kind of gets their feet wet.
And by the way, I'm going to go over this real quick and I'll let you go. I did my predictions. I took the AFC North. I took the Bengals, the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Browns. And the reason why I took the Steelers over the Ravens is because the Ravens, they got players, but none of them stay healthy. OBJ doesn't stay healthy. Lamar doesn't stay healthy. The running backs don't stay healthy. Mark Andrews gets hurt. I mean, do you
Andrews is out. I think Andrews is out.
First game.
Sunday, he's questionable, yeah. And so, I don't know what and I don't think Kittle's playing either.
No, Kittle's not playing. No, he's not playing.
He's out for sure?
Yeah.
I need to make a little move. I need to make a move.
Oh, you got to look at that. Well, because remember Nathan dropped both of them. He dropped Kettle and Kelsey.
Because of that article I sent yesterday.
Then, of course, the East, I have the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Patriots. And everybody was beating me up yesterday talking about I had the Dolphins over the Jets. I said, I like the Dolphins over the Jets. I'm sorry.
I do, too. I like that. I'll go with that.
Yep.
I think we're 2-2. I like the Bills to win that division. I think the Dolphins will make it competitive.
Yep.
I think the Jets will hover somewhere around 500 this year, 9-7, something like that.
Yep. South, I have the Jaguars, the Titans, the Texans, and the Colts. And one of the guys at the barbershop.
What a bad division.
Hey, one of the guys at the barbershop had the Colts over the Titans and Texans.
No, that's a cakewalk to the playoffs for the Jaguars. They'll be in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then I've got Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. But my wild card, Drew, this is what I really wanted to talk to you about. I have Chargers.
Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. That's probably right. Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, I have Chargers, Steelers, Dolphins.
No, you said Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders.
No. Yeah, but I'm talking about my wild card.
Oh, gotcha.
I got Chargers, Steelers, Dolphins.
Yeah.
Somebody you don't like, who would you put in there as your 3?
Chargers, Steelers, Dolphins. And those are pretty good right there. Probably maybe the Ravens.
Well, because you have the Chargers, the Titans, the Dolphins, and the Steelers are your 4 secondary team finish second, or maybe the Ravens. I had the Ravens in there.
Browns, depending on what their quarterback does. I mean, they're an outside shot if he can pull it together. But yeah, I think you're probably right on it.
Yep. And then in the NFC, I have the Lions, Packers, Vikings, Bears, and then I have the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Commanders. And then I have the Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Buccaneers. Even though they were saying, "Oh, Baker Mayfield they're gonna finish second because of Baker."
You won't finish the season in Tampa.
I'm just telling you what these Baker fans yesterday at the barbershop. You know how they.
I really don't think you will. I don't think he'll finish the season.
I don't either.
I think snake bit. I think he's going to be back in Oklahoma selling air conditioners
or Texas
and doing football camps.
Yep. And then I have the Niners, the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Cardinals. And my wild cards are the Seahawks, the Cowboys, Falcons.
Well, obviously, I'm going to disagree with the Cowboys, Eagles. I think Eagles are going to take a step back. I think Dallas wins the division. They should.
Well,
better defensive team.
We talked about this yesterday, Drew. Though we talked about how Jerry not signing Dak and what that really means. And I think what that really means is Jerry saying, "Look, Dak, I'm not paying you $50-something million just to pay you $50-something million. You're gonna have to show me something." Don't you agree?
Right? Yeah, we talked. I think you're not lighting a fire underneath, just like anybody else at any other job. I mean, if you're struggling and you're not holding up your end of the bargain, then they either 1, put you on some sort of probation or something. 2, they bring in somebody else to help you. Or 3, they basically hire somebody else underneath you.
Yeah, one of the yes.
They crossed off the first 2, and now here we are on the 3.
Well, I was saying that I think that they're looking at the 49ers and saying, "Look, our defense is ridiculous."
They went to the damn NFC Championship game with the last pick of the draft.
Yeah, and I think the Cowboys are going, "Look, we've got the defense in place.
Yep.
We just
100%.
need a quarterback who doesn't throw the damn. We got some weapons. We
And
just
what's
don't need
crazy
you
is
to.
he does throw the ball. He just doesn't do it in the big games. I
Yes,
mean, he literally
12,
folds
12,
up.
12 wins 2 seasons in a row.
Yep. I mean, his stats outside of
Playoffs.
playoff games are unbelievable.
Yep.
They're some of the best in the league ever.
Yep.
Ever with his time in the year. I mean, with his time in the league, he could put his stats up against anybody in the regular season.
Yep.
But you get into the playoffs, and he folds like a lawn chair.
Just like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he is. He is the white Kirk Cousins.
That's what he is. You know what I tell Drew? I say he's a more athletic Kirk Cousins, and he ain't much more athletic than Kirk.
Not much
now
more
that he's hurt.
when he's on one leg.
Yeah, not much anymore. You know, I mean, Drew.
I don't know. Given right now, man. Given right now, who would you take, Dak or Kirk Cousins? If they said you could start anybody for the Cowboys,
I'd take Kirk Cousins over Dak.
I mean, that's where he is right now.
Because he's not going to throw interceptions. He's going to.
He will throw interceptions. I mean, that's
but what I'm saying is,
we're calling him Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, defensively wise, he's not going to. The defense, unlike Dak, he turns the ball over in his own side of the territory. Kirk might throw an interception on the other end.
Down the defense, they wouldn't ask Kirk Cousins to do that much.
Right.
I mean, basically, don't lose the game.
Don't lose, which is what they're asking Dak, and he can't do it because it's so weird. As his passer rating after 25 passes is outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how the hell am I going to pay you 50-something million? What is it now? Because Joe Burrow just signed last night for 55. So
I think Dak next year it's almost 60 million.
Yes, it'll be 56 because it'll be 56 because what's his name is a 55.
And he'll sign for more than that. He'll hold out for more.
No,
if they sign him.
The way the quarterback works, they give you $500,000 or $1 million more than the guy in front that you're stepping in front of. Even though they gave Joe 3, and he ain't Joe Burrow. He ain't Joe Burrow.
No, he's not.
He ain't Joe Burrow.
Not even close.
He's
close.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
And I'm a diehard Dallas Cowboy fan. I mean, I'm just tired of his act. He's got a chance to. This is a big year.
Yeah, I just think Jerry, for him and Mike McCarthy both, I think Jerry's like, look, Dak, I got rid of Jason Garrett, who I loved and didn't want to get rid of. Then I got rid of the offensive coordinator for you.
Brought somebody in to help you.
Now I got this. Work. Yeah, I said now I got this. So I got rid of Jason Garrett. I got rid of Kellen Moore. Now I'm giving you your head coach. So I believe Mike McCarthy and him both are on the line this year. I think if they don't get it done, if they don't go to the championship game, the NFC championship game, minimum, I think they're both done. Because how about Micah Parsons yesterday? Congratulating Nick Bosa on his contract. I bust out laughing. I was like, so you're congratulating him on the contract because you know you're going to get $1 million more than what he's making.
Right.
And that's my deal. How can you pay Micah that much money and you got to pay Dak 56?
Yeah, I mean, you got and I mean, there's going to be other guys coming up that they're going to have to pay too.
Because I think that you could next year, after this year, you can trade Dak and you can get a lot from Dak because there are a lot of teams that'll take him. They'll take him. They'll take him and they'll pay because they know that they're just trying to win games to keep people in the stands. But what Dak's problem is, all those commercials.
Houston, Texas might take Dak.
Well, they have CJ. They're not going to take him. Now the Cowboys.
That's true.
The Cowboys might trade for C.J. Stroud and go, look, we got this great defense. Let's get you over here, young man.
Right.
You've got wide receivers. You got a running back. You got, your offensive line is pretty good.
I think Trey Lance is going to be given every opportunity.
Yeah,
I think they're going to. This guy, number one draft pick. I mean, I think he's going to be given every opportunity to succeed in Dallas.
Yep.
If Dak doesn't make it to I think he's the NFC Championship game or bust this year.
I agree.
That's my call.
100%. I agree.
If they don't make it to the NFC Championship game, then I think they look to move him.
Him and McCarthy.
Yep.
Or you just think it's that?
I heard this. I'm going to send you this article today. This guy, I was watching last night on FS1, and he thinks that Deion Sanders is going to be the next head coach at the Dallas Cowboys.
Deion said no.
No, he said
the reason why
he don't think that he said he doesn't think Deion will be at Colorado more than 1 year, and that McCarthy's gone. And Jerry Jones will bring Deion Sanders to me. And he said, "You heard it here first." And I was like, "Boy, wouldn't that be crazy? That'd be just right up Deion's alley."
Well, Deion's deal is, let's face it, Deion said he doesn't want to coach the NFL players. You know why? He don't want to be an NFL coach? He said they don't love the game.
He can't control it.
He said they don't love the game. He said, I can't. He goes, I want to kill one of them. I come in the locker room like, how the hell you ain't playing hard? He said, I can't do it.
Me.
Yeah.
It's all about some me, and that'd be a place where you can be all about me.
Yeah, whatever is home and all that. But let's face it, Shador is gone after this year. If he keeps going on his route, he's gone. What you going to have a quarterback?
He's a junior, right?
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah. And Travis will be back. He's just a freshman.
Travis is a sophomore.
He's got one more year.
One more year. Yeah, he'll probably stay one more year for him. But the question is, you got to go get a quarterback.
Oh, I think they will.
Yeah, get a quarterback because I think Shador is gone. He's a top 10 quarterback. He's gone. He's gone. So we'll see. All right, bro. You want to talk about anything else?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm gonna crawl back in my hole. I just wanted to jump on.
Yep, I appreciate you coming on talking about your picks and getting those out of the way.
Yep.
And yeah, man, I'm not feeling good either. I saw Jose last night after the game. He's feeling all bad for me and bought me something called a Mexican candy shot. Have you ever had those?
So I'm guessing that it's probably tequila with Rumplemint.
No, not Rumplemint, but they put Tabasco in it.
Oh yeah, the Prairie Fire.
Oh. Man, my stomach drew.
We used to make them at Eskimo Joe's, and you put tequila, and then you put Tabasco on the top of it, and then you light it on fire.
Oh.
And then it would burn off the Tabasco, and then take the shot.
Oh yeah, no, I'm out, dude. Bro. I'm struggling bad today. Now I got to go work for the next 3 hours. I'm just going. I'm ready to go home. I don't want to leave, man. I just want to go back.
Little
get
Red
back
just
in bed.
brought me in a chocolate shake for my throat. So.
Oh man, that sounds.
She's taking care of me.
Dude, that sounds really good. Some soup sounds really good right now, especially with that crap that I had. Tell the missus I love her and hello for me.
Yeah, we got everything. We're nothing but red today around this house. Red hat, red socks. We got red Chick-fil-A bag. We got red Fanta strawberry. We're ready.
Oh my God! Did you have a strawberry? Did you have a strawberry, a red shake too?
Yeah.
A strawberry shake.
Red Fanta strawberry right now.
Actually, I do have some Fanta strawberry that I stuck in the freezer, and it's unreal. Oh man, it's good, dude. I have that and grape. Grape is my favorite, of course. Don't say anything. You don't have to say anything. Yes, I have watermelon. I have grape, and I've got some chicken wings that I got from the Hood store. I've got I've got chicken wings. I got some wings. I got pork chops, and I got grape Fanta. So
that's a funny name for a grocery store, but it's really called the Hood store.
No,
it's pretty funny.
It's the Hood store. That's what we call it.
Essentials.
Watermelon,
grape.
I tell you what, though. I'll tell you this: if you ever have because one of my kids, his grandmother drives some oak tree down here. So can you imagine an old white woman on 26th and Kelly? And she comes walking in there, and they're like, "Hey, Mrs. Spain." She goes, "Hey, baby, y'all have my order for me?" And she's comes in, the only white woman, old white woman comes in there, and they hook her up with her wings, and she drives back to Oak Tree.
That's funny.
But she drives all the way to 26th and Kelly to get her deals, and then she goes back.
Hey.
So they're delicious wings, though, bro. Hey, those wings are on point. I'm telling you, they're on point.
Yeah, I gotta get some wings sometime for the game tomorrow.
Yep.
Get some buffalo wings going in the house because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, they tried. My boy Jay tried to talk me into going to the OSU game tomorrow night. He wanted to fly down, and he found flights. And I'm like, man, I said I got to get back Sunday morning. He goes, well, just have somebody else work for you. I said, look, I get 4 weekends off a year, and all those 4 weekends I go see my grandson. So why the hell would I take off one of my weekends that I go see my grandson to go to an OSU football game? Not doing that.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
Right.
All right, brother, take us some rest.
All right, man. HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
Appreciate you. It's my guy Drew Henthorn giving out his picks. He laid everything out for you. I'll show you back again. Here are his picks for college football Saturday, his 4 trap games that he has, and his lock of the week. The DT Construction lock of the week. Here are his games that he has for everyone this week, or tomorrow, I guess I should say. He did not do any NFL games, but he's like under the weather. But anyway, he's got Florida Atlantic -3, Appalachian State over 58, California +7, Arizona State +3. Mississippi State -9. Iowa State under 36.5. K-State -17. And then, of course, he's taking his Cornhuskers +3 on the road at Colorado. His trap games are Utah Baylor +7.5, over under 46.5. Notre Dame, NC State +7, over under 50.5. Auburn, California is down because he took 7, so it's down 6.5, over under 54.5. And then Oregon, Texas +6, over under 68.5. Those are his 4 trap games. And then, of course, his lock of the week is Washington State +6. So those are his picks for everyone to take. And then I hope everybody has a great Friday and a great weekend. And then, of course, we will be back Monday to give everybody the wrap-up of what we've got going on. That being said, thank you for paying attention and watching this edition. And remember, go subscribe, hit the like button,